It's pretty much safe to say that classic trucks are like fine wine, getting better with time. Unlike newer trucks that sometimes feel like they age in dog years, getting weak in a short amount of time. Well, hello again to all my friends. Kevin here, and thanks for watching this video in our Bottom Line series, your go-to source for everything about custom lower trucks. And before we get started, please make sure to do me a solid by liking this video and also subscribing to this channel. For this video, we're going to do a deep dive into a topic that's been sparking up debates among truck enthusiasts for ages. And that would be 5 reasons why classic trucks are better than new trucks. So buckle up because we're in it for the long haul. Well, let's dive right into the first reason why I think classic trucks just might be the best way to go. And that would be simplicity. I kind of think that classic trucks are like Zen masters in the automotive world. They embrace simplicity in a world that's being increasingly dominated by complexity. Now, straight up, I think that classic trucks are easier to work on and even customize. Newer trucks are more complex, and I think that makes them a bit more of a pain to work on them. For example, when the NNBS Chevy trucks came out, I quickly found out that even simple things like taking off a front bumper meant that you practically had to take the whole front end off of it. And that's, for the most part, not the case with classic trucks, as you can simply remove what you need. This makes it easy for just about anyone to work on these trucks. In fact, you can save some hard-earned cash by putting in a little elbow grease and repairing any issues you may have. Changing oil, that's like a rite of passage for anyone that considers themselves a gearhead. I know that on my dad's 93 GMC, we've been able to make all repairs at home, including a clutch swap. So yeah, we've been able to replace or fix anything at home with some simple tools in our hands. And honestly, it's as simple as that. When it comes to customizing, that's just as easy too. I can tell you that I've been able to modify these trucks in a number of different ways on my own or with some helping hands whenever needed. Nowadays, it's easier than ever to modify these trucks as there's a number of different companies that offer some excellent parts that don't require any extensive fabrication. Heck, you can even add air ride to popular Ford and Chevy trucks in the comfort of your own home. On the other hand, new trucks are so complex, I swear it practically takes a person with an engineering degree to get anything done. I think part of the problem here is that there's more features on these trucks that buyers expect to have on them these days, and that means that there's more working parts and more pieces to tie them all together. Now let's talk about reason number 2, reliability. Classic trucks, when well maintained, are known for their robustness and longevity. Known for their rock-solid reliability, that's a reputation that holds up for a number of years. And I can't tell you how many times I've talked to a truck owner, and when they talk about their rides, we come to find out that it's been used on a farm for a number of years. And that just goes to prove that these trucks were built to last. Moving on, let's start talking about their construction. Trucks that are 30 years or older have thicker steel on their exteriors that are more durable. Over the years, manufacturers started using thinner materials for the bodies, and trucks from both Ford and Chevy feature aluminum bodies. About 8 years ago, Ford started making trucks with aluminum to shed some weight in order to help with fuel economy, as we do need to look after our planet and reduce our carbon emissions. But with all of this brought some new construction, including rivets and adhesives to keep all these body panels together. Now this all did seem weird at first, but it really does work in perfect conditions. However, things do get complicated when we talk about damage and repairs. And from what my friends in the auto body industry tell me is that it takes more parts and it's more costly to repair one of these trucks. And even though they're all structurally sound and solid, the aluminum is not as durable and can easily be split when put to the test. Another thing we like about classic trucks is that there's no computer algorithm trying to predict your every move. There's also no digital overlord that's trying to tell you how to drive. It's just you and your truck in perfect harmony. These old trucks don't have any complex electrical systems to make them run. They are mechanical for the most part and easy to work on. Basically, if you have any issues with them running, you can easily troubleshoot it by marking off a few things off of a short list, including fuel, air, and spark. It's as simple as that. It's pretty much safe to say that classic trucks are like fine wine, getting better with time. Unlike newer trucks that sometimes feel like they age in dog years, getting weak in a short amount of time. Alright, let's shift in gears a bit and dive into reason number 3, value. More specifically, the investment value of classic trucks. Now I'm not talking about stocks and bonds here, I'm talking about good old-fashioned vehicles that can appreciate in value over time. Investing in classic trucks just might be better than playing in the stock market. Now hear me out, you buy low, enjoy the ride, and watch the value grow. It's like having a savings account that you can actually enjoy. And if you're wondering what the best part is, well, I think it's the fact that you don't have to be a Wall Street guru to understand it. You just need some love for trucks and maybe a little bit of luck. Let's say you find a hidden gem at a junkyard or online. You can make a little bit of a masterpiece out of it, and you might literally end up with a truck that's worth more than some houses. Now, I'm not saying that every truck is a gold mine, because I really do believe it takes the right talent to get big profits off of these vehicles. And this is dictated by a few things, in my opinion. I think quality and style are big components here. And I've seen a number of trucks that have everything on them end up losing money. On the other end, trucks that are well executed can sell for upwards of almost $500,000. Right now, the current record for the highest selling custom classic truck is held by my buddy Dan Hogan of Hogan Built. He sold not only one, but two first-gen Chevy Blazers for $400,000 at Barrett-Jackson, and he's setting his sights even higher for this next time around, so we'll see how it all pans out. I do know that he is making a good profit off these vehicles, and you might be asking, what is his secret to all his success? And I think it comes down to a number of different things. He's a body man by trade, so that's a little bit of an advantage because he can do his own paint and body on these vehicles, so that improves his profits. But overall, I think what really does it for him is he has a knack for finding the right style that strikes a chord with high-end buyers. So I wouldn't say profiting that much off of a truck is typical, but it's definitely possible. I truly believe that pretty much anybody can make a profit off of these things, even on a small scale. Let's say you fix up a truck, have some experience and know-how, you could do it too. On the other hand of things, new trucks depreciate really quick, and it really seems that it's taking longer for these newer trucks to gain in value over time. But let's take, for example, square bodies, which are pretty much considered the last great classic truck. Now, I started seeing increases in value at just 15 years of age with these trucks. The next body style, the OBS Chevy trucks, took a lot longer to increase in value. I'd say it took about 30 years, but they're skyrocketing now. And on the Ford and Dodge side, if you take a look at those trucks, the older body styles are just catching up right now. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's hard to find a Chevy truck in good condition. When it comes to the cost of new trucks versus old trucks, I can tell you I'd rather spend big money on older trucks. New trucks cost around $40,000 to $100,000, and that's a lot of money. I'd say it's wiser to spend that money on an older truck, as it's most likely to appreciate in value over time. Now, there are some catches here when we talk about cost and value and all that stuff, as you can't really finance a classic truck build like you would if you were to buy a new truck. You can easily go to a bank and get a loan if you have some good credit, and then you can make payments on that truck, and it's pretty easy to get into. But let's say you're strapped for some cash, you still want a classic truck. Well, you can buy parts along the way and build yourself a truck, over time in order to get into one. And I can tell you that also, as far as features are considered with trucks, you can make an old truck drive like a new truck and have some new features in them, but they won't have nearly as much as a new truck have. But to be honest, I'd rather just have a classic truck. All of this leads to the fourth reason why I think classic trucks are better, which is style. Classic trucks are the embodiment of timeless design and charm. They also offer a level of originality and customization that can't be matched. With classic trucks, you're not just driving a vehicle, you're driving a piece of history. These trucks have iconic lines and features that have stood the test of time. They definitely don't make them like they used to, as trucks of the past had bold and distinct lines. Some of the most iconic vehicles came from the space age when imagination was at its peak. Nowadays, designs are more intricate and get outdated really quick, and I think it's going to take a long time for people to get nostalgic about some of these modern vehicles. In my experience, you can have the wildest modern vehicle, but it will pale in comparison to an old truck that's been customized in just the right ways. Take, for example, my old 2000 Chevy S10. It was given the works, and I'm talking about air ride to slam it over big billet wheels, also a stunning paint job on the outside and inside, all of that. I took that truck everywhere, including on location with shoots of classic trucks, and I can tell you when these trucks were together, that passers-by would stop and look at the classic trucks and never even glance at my modern build, even though it had all these things done to it. And I think that's because a lot of people can relate to the classic trucks, they're familiar with them, and that's a big reason why they can garner more attention. I also think we're really in the golden age of custom classic trucks, as builders have realized that they can add modern features to these trucks while being able to appreciate the original lines of them. If we look back about 2 decades ago, a cool classic truck probably had a slicked out body and some wild paint scheme. Nowadays, folks are slamming these trucks and putting enlarged wheels on them that resemble the originals. Basically, we're just exaggerating what was already there and improving our standards of what we think is cool. I really don't think that it can get any better without regressing a little bit and going back to over-the-top mods with these trucks. Either way, when you roll up in a classic truck, you're not just driving it, you're making a statement. It's like saying, I'm not following the crowd, I'm carving my own path, one customization at a time. Last but not least is reason number 5, the driving experience. Classic trucks offer a raw, unfiltered connection between you and the road. Also, just knowing that you're piloting something classic and stylish while others drive modern, cookie-cutter type vehicles can instantly bring a smile to your face. And honestly, I don't think that your classic truck needs to be some crazy build to get that feeling either. I think it just comes down to the fact that you're expressing yourself with a vintage ride that can bring pure joy to your day. The feeling that comes along with driving a classic truck on the road is something I cannot put into words. Taking a beefed up old truck out for a spin comes with a sense of pride that can't be explained. Just knowing that you rescued an old truck and made it cool comes with a sense of accomplishment that can't be compared to anything else. On top of that, when you're in a classic truck, you're not just driving it, you're on an adventure. You're the captain of a time machine. Every twist and turn on the road is like a page in your personal history book. So there you have it, folks, 5 reasons why classic trucks might be better than their modern counterparts. From simplicity, reliability, value, style, to the unparalleled driving experience, classic trucks have a lot to offer. Well, thanks for tuning in to this deep dive of why we love classic trucks so much. Before I go, please remember to like this video and also share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a future video, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.